Hi Collective, March 30th, but this is timeless. Time is an illusion, so whenever you find this, you're meant to. Um, Here we are, Starseeds. Um, Today's been an interesting day. Things are good. I hope everything's good for everybody else. And even if it's not, I hope you're absorbing and enjoying. Um, so, healing, I think that's going to be the focus right now. So, let's give thanks to the universe, to the ancestors, to our other counterparts, to the whole collective. Just give thanks, man. Gratitude. It's the attitude, right? Let's just get into this. To the divine. With constant love and appreciation for everything that I go through, everything that I'm supposed to transmute, everything that I'm supposed to experience. Please help me to be a clear and concise channel for the collective of starseeds seeking betterment, seeking answers, seeking knowledge. Thank you. Yeah, so let's get into this. I'm so bad at handling the cards. Love me anyways. Let's see. I see people do it like this. Ooh, that was smooth. I like it. Let's see if we can't do it like this. Oh, too meany. Actually, boom, how about that? The Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency. Make your life a moving prayer. And this was actually part of my morning meditations. And that's part of leveling up. Letting the divine light shine through us. When you walk into the room, that's why you're hated. Because of the light that emanates from your soul. Your frequency screams. Embrace that. Truly. Yeah. So I think that's all I got for that one. This might be too many. I'm going to take the top one. I remember soul plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. They say that, like, as starseeds, as twins or divine beings, that we script our journey. I say that, you know, if you're seeking something, or if you're attempting to achieve something, like, part of that manifestation is living in that feeling, living in that vibration, and it's already there. It's already happened. It's already been written. So, you know, envelop yourself in the daydreams and in the visualizations. Feel those feelings. Feel into that fantasy, and it'll happen. That's the key. That is the key. It's the vibration, the frequency. Sing your song, bro. No, it's not happening that way. I want to do it this way. It looks so cool when everybody else does it. It'll get better. Practice makes perfect, right? So I'm going to take both of these. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Activation. I think that's what speaks to me most here, is the activation. It's that awakening, that call to a higher essence, whether it's in ourselves or others. I'm currently experiencing a twin flame journey, and that activation of soul, that activation of spirit, body, and knowing, it's no fucking joke, man. And it's like I was saying in another reading, like, you walk into the room and motherfuckers get woke. Motherfuckers don't like getting woken up. And sometimes there's so much resistance. So definitely nourish thy vessel, and just keep reaching to raise that vibration, man, that frequency, that light body. And imagine that, envelop yourself in that visualization when you meditate, like your energy body, like that's where it's at. Cleanse your chakras, cleanse your home. Like, don't forget those tiny steps, those intentional things, spiritual baths, dude. Don't forget the salt and seaweed, man. Like, so the second one was a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision and standing in your truth and standing in your power as a starseed. You know, I one of my morning meditations today was healing, and that's where I thought this was gonna go, but I think that was just more personal. But like, part of that level up of the healing, man, like doing the work, do that shadow work, man. You can't transmit the frequency that you need to be who you need to be if you are not in the right frame. And you're not gonna, you have to heal the past, man. It sucks, but yeah. Also, one of my things this morning was learning, higher learning, like, and so I kind of Googled some starseed info, like talks or whatever, and I ran into this video, and it was so frustrating because the lady was talking about what's the essence of being a starseed, and she's talking about these other individuals that she had come across that, you know, they're so starseed that they're transcendental to humanity type thing. Like, yeah, we're divine light beings, but how arrogant to think that it ever isn't about the human experience. It's what it's about, man. And it's about bringing the human experience into that 5D, that collective consciousness of interconnectedness. And at the end of the day, how is that done? That's by being self-aware and saying, how am I going to be a better human? How am I going to leave an imprint? How am I going to make an impact? How am I going to be a beacon of love and the better human experience? Like, that's where I think it goes. I also pulled, I'm also going to pull a couple of the sacred geometry activations. Like I said, as starseeds, it's so much about the human experience, about learning those lessons, deviating from those karmic cycles of codependency, of lack or feeling unworthy, like standing in that truth and power of who you are and what you're here for. Because we are the front line, man. Like I can't stress that enough. Like, people don't they want to have the interconnected new earth 5D experience, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the work with self. They don't want to put in the work with their neighbors. They don't want to put in the work with their kids. That's not the way it's just like shadow work. You can't jump past this step or that step because it's a little touchy or it's not what you want to deal with. Like, you have to go due process and make that shit happen. And sometimes that's just not, it's not fun. But if you're moving from a place of self-acceptance and love, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I need to focus, I think. Come on. To the divine, to our angelic protection. Please tell us what we need to know as a collective. What are the messages that are necessary? Where do we need to go to heal ourselves? I don't know. I'm not good at this. The handling of the cards. But I'm going to take these 3. Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. I'm not sure who it was, but they said a powerful person. Oh, I totally don't remember what it was. That's awful. Yeah, that's embarrassing. This video is not that great, but somebody probably needed to hear it. Yeah. Authority. Sometimes people try to exact power or push their authoritative place over you. And sometimes you just have to gracefully bow out and accept. In situations where you're dealing with people who feel they're authoritative that aren't necessary due to work, things like that, you need to understand that standing in your power sometimes means standing alone. Number 1, it irritates the fuck out of people, and number 2, it's being honest enough to say, this situation doesn't bring me peace. It doesn't bring me betterment. It doesn't bring me what's in alignment with where I'm trying to be, with what I'm trying to do, who I'm trying to be. Like, if it's not bringing you what you're trying to align with, then it needs to go. Some people might find that heartless. Some people might find that upsetting. But the reality is that it's not about what they want. It's about literally, like, does this situation somehow bring something other than lack, something other than worry, something other than question? Being stuck in those patterns, that gives way to that human ego of questioning, of doubting, of devaluing yourself. And it brings delay. So, yeah. True authority, I think, starts within the self. Being able to say that I'm in charge of the situation. Now, if it's for work, things like that, they say, man, if you're not happy, jump. Some people leave entire doctorates and high-end careers to go drive Lyft. Because why? Because they have that human interaction and it makes them happy. And at the end of the day, they feel like they did something. Could you imagine? That's so brave and courageous, and so what that human experience, I think, is about. So, number 19, delight. I guess I should be showing these. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. I think that that's like that whole, happiness is a mindset. It's true. You know, you choose to be a victim, like, and how your victimhood's going to be, because sometimes we are outright victimized. But yeah, find delight in the smallest things, because realistically, it's about the joy that you can create within thyself, the beauty, the tingle, the everything, like the at the core reasoning for everything. It's absorption, man. It's what can I gain out of this? What can I grow from this? What can I passion, bro, like life, love, just man, just love it. Just delight, literally, like a child. And that's part of how you heal that inner child wounding, is standing in wonderment at stupid nothingness and learning to laugh at yourself when you make a mistake or trip in front of a really cute guy, or you know what I mean? Like, it's not about being miserable or heavy or, yeah, it's light. Number 18, cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Letting that divine love shine through. It shines whether you try to dim your light or not. And I think in the last couple years, unaware or unawakened or wakened, like literally, like people, I think they were given a little bit of wake the fuck up. Whether they're woke or not, I think that everybody's been given a little bit of an upgrade, a forced upgrade. It's whether or not you're gonna run with it or not. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to Source. Don't be afraid of who you are. Don't be afraid of what you're experiencing. Don't be afraid to share. Spread the knowledge, spread the love, and just be. Absorb what you can from situations, from people, from Source. Pay attention to the synchronicities, and if you don't know if something's a synchronicity or not, take that little bit of time to find out. Keep a journal. Keep those speculative communications written down. Like, something's coming. Something is coming spiritually, and we need to strengthen, because a lot's going to fall on the shoulders of starseeds in general. Something's coming. Woke motherfuckers need to get educated. Get on point. Get your shit together. Like, don't be afraid to link with like-minded people, and don't be afraid to stand in your truth and power when motherfuckers shoot you down, because it's gonna happen. Motherfuckers think I'm batshit crazy, and I might be a little kooky, you know what I mean, a little touched, but I know what I've experienced, and I know the power that I have, that I hold. I know it's real, man. I know spirit, I know Source, and I know my guidance team, and I know my protection, I know my power, and I know joy, and I know so much in so many dark situations and dense dynamics I know growth. I know self. And that is a powerful, powerful thing. To know yourself and to be proud of who the fuck you are and not have shame in where you've been, what you've come through. To not fear what you're headed towards. Your light might be the beacon that somebody else needs. And when you're in the dark, you're gonna find rays of hope. We're all out here. Stay woke and stay in the present, man. Stay in the moment. Stay in touch with yourself. Know yourself. Because that's the only way that, like, I mean, that's where the power lies. Like, the power, the beauty, the light. Raise that frequency, man. Just stay clean, stay in integrity, and stay in yourself. Be accountable. And protect your fucking kids, man. Don't ever choose, especially an unhealthy codependent dynamic or questioning over your children, man. Don't do that. As fucked up as we were as kids and as special as we are now, could you imagine what these kids are going through now? Be mindful. I hear my baby. It's time to go. Thank you guys for sticking with me if you're still here. Stay woke.